What happens when the unimaginable unfolds before our very eyes? These moments, captured on camera, offer a haunting glimpse into the darkest corners of humanity. From live television broadcasts to unsuspecting doorbell cameras, these murders leave us stunned and searching for answers. Here, we delve into 10 infamous murders captured on camera, exploring their contexts, investigations, and outcomes. But before diving in, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you never miss stories like this. Number 10. The murder of Ryan Poirier. Ryan Poirier, a 24-year-old Canadian man, was brutally murdered by Michael Daniels in November 2021. Daniels, known for a history of domestic violence, targeted Poirier for being his ex-wife's boyfriend. CCTV footage showed Daniels stalking Poirier before fatally striking him with his car. This case highlighted failures in the justice system for allowing repeat offenders like Daniels to roam free. The footage sparked outrage over leniency in prosecuting dangerous individuals. Poirier's family continues to push for reforms to protect others from similar tragedies. Number 9. The unsolved murder of Maurice Gatson. In October 2015, Maurice Gatson, 45, was gunned down outside the Palace Club in Portland, Oregon. Surveillance footage captured the killer calmly walking up to Gatson and shooting him multiple times. Despite clear video evidence, police have yet to apprehend the suspect, leaving the case cold. The haunting footage has frustrated both investigators and Gatson's family. Community members continue to advocate for reopening the investigation. Number 8. Tina Ring and Ashley Lee murder. In a tense encounter, Tina Ring and Ashley Lee were confronted by an armed robber, later identified as 36-year-old Tyrone Lee, who entered their store wielding a sawed-off shotgun. Holding the women at gunpoint, he demanded the cash from the register. The pair complied, but as Lee tried to flee, they activated the store's security system to track him between two sets of doors. Unfortunately, the interior door didn't lock fast enough, allowing Lee to re-enter the store and face off with the women again. However, unbeknownst to him, one of the women was armed. Feeling her life was in imminent danger, she shot Lee. Lee was eventually caught when he showed up at a hospital in critical condition from his gunshot wounds. Authorities later linked him to a string of burglaries, and he was sentenced to 22 years in federal prison. Number 7. The murder of David Salazar. David Salazar, a promising young man, was fatally shot while sitting in his car in Los Angeles. Security footage revealed two masked individuals approaching his vehicle before firing multiple rounds. The footage provided some leads, but the suspects remain at large, leaving Salazar's family without closure. The community rallied to support Salazar's family and demanded swift action from authorities. The case has drawn attention to the prevalence of unsolved shootings in urban areas. Number 6. The Nashville school shooting. In March 2023, a shooter opened fire at a private Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee, killing 6 people, including 3 children. The tragedy was captured by surveillance cameras and police body cams. The harrowing footage fueled national conversations about gun reform and mental health support. The incident also reignited debates about school security and the effectiveness of current preventative measures. Families continue to mourn the loss of innocent lives in this preventable tragedy. Number 5. The murder of Elizabeth Barraza. Elizabeth Barraza was setting up for a garage sale outside her Texas home in 2019 when she was ambushed by an unknown assailant. Doorbell camera footage showed the killer approaching and shooting her in broad daylight. Despite the clear evidence, the identity and motive of the attacker remain unknown. Barraza's case has become a rallying cry for advancements in doorbell camera technologies. Her family continues to fight for answers and justice, hoping that new surveillance innovations might provide critical leads. The chilling nature of the crime underscores the need for greater security measures in neighborhoods across the country. Number 4. The murder of Ben Monry. Ben Monry was fatally stabbed during an altercation in a busy urban square. The entire incident was captured on public surveillance cameras, showing how the situation escalated quickly. Police used the footage to arrest the perpetrator, who was later convicted. The public nature of the crime shocked the community, sparking calls for increased urban safety measures. Monry's family hopes his story serves as a warning about the consequences of violence. Number 3. The murder of Diane Johnson. Diane Johnson was killed in her home by an intruder in 2018. Her security camera captured the masked assailant entering the house and fleeing after committing the crime. The footage was pivotal in identifying the suspect, who was apprehended and charged with murder. The shocking crime left the local community shaken, prompting discussions about the rising number of home invasions in the area. Authorities emphasized the need for better neighborhood watch programs to prevent similar tragedies. The case underscored the importance of home security systems in solving crimes. Diane's family worked to raise awareness about personal safety in her memory. Number 2. Joe Howard Teague. Joe Howard Teague, a 93-year-old retired plumber from Moreno Valley, California, took matters into his own hands in early 2022 after repeated home break-ins. Armed with a pistol, Teague confronted a group of intruders who kicked in his front door. When the suspects refused to comply with his orders and began throwing items at him, Teague called 911, informing them that he was holding them under citizen's arrest. When deputies arrived, one suspect, 33-year-old Joseph A. Ortega, was found with a gunshot wound and was rushed to the hospital, where he later died from his injuries. The other suspects, including at least one woman, fled the scene. Authorities determined the shooting was justified, and Teague was not charged in connection with the incident. Number 1. The unsolved case of Daniel Vesper. Despite clear footage showing a suspect entering Daniel Vesper's car shortly before his murder, the case remains unsolved. Vesper's family continues to advocate for renewed attention to the investigation. The heartbreaking case remains an example of how even modern technology can fall short in delivering justice. The family has vowed to keep Daniel's story alive until closure is found. So, what do you think? Could you imagine the ripple effects these events have had on the victims' families and communities? These murders remind us of the harsh reality of crimes caught on camera, offering glimpses into both justice and heartbreak. Which case shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more gripping stories and insights.